Saki here and welcome back to my channel. On this channel we talk all about handbags, luxury goods, and other things like that. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, please hit that subscribe button down below and join me on my channel. Alright, so first things first, yes, I did dye my hair back to pink. I thought it'd be fun to do something kind of different, and yeah, I just kind of threw in some color in the shower. I used like a color conditioning shampoo, and this is what it turned out like. I actually really like it. I think it's more of like a rose gold kind of pink, and yeah, it was just kind of fun to switch things up, so that happened. Anyways, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the bags that I've sold in order to fund my Kelly bag. If you haven't seen that video already, I did unbox my Kelly on camera, and it was an emotional experience to say the least, but I did mention in that video that I sold a couple bags for it, but I didn't elaborate because I did want to put it in a separate video, which is going to be this one. So yeah, let's just get started. So as you guys may know, I did buy my Kelly 28 Cellier in the rose confetti color from a consignment store in Singapore. I will leave this shop down below for you guys. Her name is Finkelpuff. I had a really good experience. If you guys want to hear all about my, very short Hermes journey and my purchase experience, please go check out that unboxing video where I talk all about it in full length. But anyways, I did have to pay a premium for this. Like I've been saying all year long, I have been saving up to buy an Hermes bag just because it has been one of my goals. Now, I didn't necessarily make it my goal for this year until very recently, but I figured that I really wanted to just put my mind to something, and although that did mean that I had to sacrifice some of my bags that I own and made some really hard decisions, I ended up, pushing myself to make those hard decisions and to sell those bags in order to fund this one. I got a question on that video asking me like why I was rushing to get a Kelly or an Hermes bag in general, and honestly, I just think that I wanted to do something for myself for the end of the year, and everybody's been struggling with COVID and everything crazy going on in the world, and I'm very fortunate enough to where, me and my family and my work and everything are doing really well. The restaurant is up and down all the time, but we're still doing pretty decently, and I do have a stable income still, so I'm very grateful and lucky for that. However, it has been, just kind of hard not being able to do anything and going anywhere, and just being like a newlywed in general and not being able to do anything with my husband has been kind of weird. So yeah, I just decided to make this my personal goal for this year, and that is kind of why I rushed into it and why I sold my bags to begin with. So yeah, I did have some money saved because, like I said, I started saving at the very beginning of the year when I did my first wish list video where I told you guys I'm going to start getting serious about, buying an Hermes bag. So I had a little bit of money saved from that. Obviously nowhere near the amount that I needed to in order to buy my Kelly. So I did end up selling 3 of my bags from my collection. The first bag that I ended up selling is my Pochette Métis. Now I know this is going to come as a surprise for a lot of people. Kind of though. So I've talked about in my videos how I loved wearing my Pochette Métis. I think it's one of the most useful bags in my collection. It's a crossbody bag, it's so casual, and it can hold a lot of things. So I would pretty much gravitate towards that bag every time, I wanted to go out and I was dressing casual and I wanted to carry a lot of stuff. I just loved how comfortable that bag was as a crossbody bag and how functional it was. However, my heart wasn't in that bag. Like, I loved it, when I first used it, but I think I just started using it so much that eventually I kind of just fell out of love with it, and I was only using it because it was really functional. Now, that is definitely a reason to keep the bag, but at the same time, I also felt like I had other bags in my collection that are also crossbody bags that I loved even more than that one. A couple of examples are my, Alma BB in the Vernis leather and my Prada Odette bag, which is this heart-shaped one right here. So whenever I do need a crossbody bag, I still have those two to gravitate towards, and they just make me a lot happier than the Pochette Métis. I don't know what it is, but I had just been falling out of love with that one for the past year or so, and I actually thought about selling it before also, but just never pulled the trigger because I really never had a reason to. So yeah, that is why I decided to sell that one. I ended up selling that one on my Instagram to someone who really wanted that bag, and of course, as you guys know, that that bag is constantly out of stock still on the Louis Vuitton website, and you know, if you don't have Louis Vuitton near you, it's kind of hard to get. So I got a pretty decent price for that one, definitely under retail, but yeah, I decided to let that one go because it was finally time to, you know, just push myself to, you know, sell something that I didn't love in my collection. And in the end of the day, I'm not sad about it at all. This is not one of the purchases that I would repurchase. I think I mentioned this in a video before, but that bag was special to me at a time, but I don't know, I just feel like it's time to move on, and if I did want another crossbody bag, I'd probably choose a different style just to try something else out. And then the second bag that I sold was actually my small Lady Dior, or also called the My Lady Dior. I actually ended up selling that one because I pretty much never used it. I used it the most when I went to Thailand 2 years ago, when Noah and I were engaged, and I loved that bag back then. I thought it was, you know, super versatile, and you can carry a lot of stuff in it for how small it is. However, I was just not in love with the color too much. It's like a nude kind of pink, which, you know, I really like having in my collection, but it doesn't make my heart sing as much as, like, you know, these baby pinks kind of do. This is actually one of the bags that I would probably repurchase in the future if they came out with a color that I liked more than that nude baby pink. Normally, if I do want to wear that kind of color, I have my Chanel Mini, which I love a lot more. It's just more versatile in my opinion. So yeah, I kind of decided to let that one go. I really wasn't feeling like I needed both Lady Dior sizes in my collection anyway. So yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on that. I did end up selling it for way under retail, but fortunately I did buy that one secondhand already. So yeah, that was you know, not that bad. Lady Dior's and Dior bags in general just don't resell very well, so I didn't get too much money from that one, but I am glad that, you know, I made that decision to finally let it go. Alright, and the last bag that I sold is a shocker, just to warn you now. It is my small Chanel Iridescent Classic Flap. Yes, I sold that one. Every time I think about it, my heart beats a little bit because I did truly love that bag. However, I mentioned this in several videos, I didn't use it very much. I pretty much only looked at it on my shelf, and although I very much enjoyed that, I just don't like having bags in my collection that I don't use. I was hanging on to that one because it is truly a unicorn bag. I mean, you guys know that people are so obsessed with that bag, and you know, people are paying like ridiculous amounts for it on the secondhand market. I sold that bag over retail price, over the price that I got it for too, and I did pay a little bit of a premium. I will admit that now, and I admitted that to the person I was selling it to as well. I just needed her to know that, you know, this bag is very rare, so that's why I was selling it to her for that much. However, I will say those bags are being sold right now for an extortionate amount of money. Like, I've seen it going for like $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, and I definitely did not sell it for that much. I don't want to like extort anybody. I just want to, you know, sell my bags at a reasonable price that matches what they're being sold at in the market, but not get completely crazy. So just know that I didn't make a crazy amount of money off of it, although I did manage to sell it over retail. I just feel like it's super unfair, and I never want to do that to anybody, even though I understand why these bags are being sold for that much. I just, in my heart, I just would feel so guilty about it. So yeah, although I did sell it for over retail price, it was nowhere near that crazy. But yeah, I did ended up letting it go, and I still kind of feel sad about it. Like, it was such a unicorn piece, and I did truly love the size, and I love the color and everything, but you know, whenever I did want a bag like that, I always, like, 9.5 out of 10 times I would grab my Chanel Classic medium flap instead of the small flap. The medium flap just fits a little bit better in my opinion, and fits a little bit more stuff, and plus I just love that color as well. So yeah, I just ended up letting it go. I also already have my, you know, jumbo iridescent, which I love to death, so I figure I didn't need to be greedy and like have all of these iridescent pieces. The girl that I sold it to also, she had been messaging me for a long time. I think it's been months, and she just like kept asking me about it, and, you know, reminding me that if I did ever want to sell it, you know, she would buy it for me. And seeing someone who wanted it that bad over like me just having it in my collection just to look at, it definitely helped to push me to let it go, because I just would rather make someone, you know, extremely happy who would use the bag rather than just have it sitting on my shelf for no reason. as a Chanel collector, do still want the small size in my collection, so this would also be another bag that I would want to repurchase if I could. However, I think that I would want to repurchase one, maybe that's a little bit older, maybe close to the same age as my Chanel flat from 2004. I think that Hey June has like a beige Claire one that's kind of old, and I would love something like that. I think like if I had one in like a beige color, which I've always wanted a beige or like cream colored bag, that would give me enough of an excuse to pick that one over this one sometimes. So I think that's where I would go in the future if I, you know, could find a bag like that. Alright, before we end the video, I actually have a surprise for you guys. So I really wanted to find a way to give back to my community a little bit more than, you know, how I have been. I normally do giveaways on this channel, you know, every time I hit like a milestone pretty much, and my channel grows very slow, and I don't want to have to like wait for a milestone to be able to give back to you guys. And, you know, just thinking about like how hard of a year this has been, I just figure that I want to do more for you guys. So I actually am planning to do a giveaway every single month. I know it's the end of the year, but I will continue this for as long as I can, hopefully forever, but it's not going to be a luxury item every time. I will still do like luxury giveaways for every milestone, like big milestone on my channel. I think that's just something that, you know, is really important to me and I want to do for you guys. But since I, you know, can't buy a luxury item for you guys every month, I figure I'll do like different kinds of items, whether it's work with different shops or, you know, some makeup or beauty products. You know, I just figure it'll just be like a small way to give back. But yeah, anyways, I hope that you guys like it. So for this month, since it is November now, I actually ended up buying this little cute makeup kit from Too Faced. It is a makeup palette along with a little lipstick, and I thought it would be really cute for the holiday season, and I love Too Faced makeup so much. Now I'm going to make these kinds of giveaways really simple. All you have to do to enter is be following me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, and leave a comment down below with this emoji on it. So this emoji will signal to me that you want your comment to be entered in the giveaway. I will mention the giveaway in every single video this month so that you guys know to comment on my video in order to be entered. You can enter in every single video where I talk about this one. So the more videos that you watch this month and comment with this emoji, the more chances you will get to enter and win this item. And yeah, it's open internationally, and I will announce the winner at the end of the month. So hopefully you guys like that. I'm trying to do my best to come up with different items too. So if you know, have anything like in mind or have any suggestions for me, please leave them down in the comment section below as well. Alright, so that was the end of my video. Hopefully that you found it interesting. If you did like it, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload videos every single week. And yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye!